Hello, my name is Shalise. Welcome out everyone to my Season 1 review of Medici, The Masters of Florence. I'm doing Season 1 review. I will be doing a Season 2 and Season 3 since the show has ended. So let's start off with this entire list, everybody. Medici, Masters of Florence, was this about? It's all about basically the Medici family. And if you don't know what the Medici family are, I would say look up a history book, but the most important thing is they were a family that started up in Florence and they became the biggest bankers in the world. They owned the biggest banks. Why? Because they backed the popes and they got into great power and all that stuff. And their family's legacy, and to me, they're one of the most famous families of all human history, in my opinion, because their family's generations go back to the Queens of England, and not Queens of England, Queens of France, and all that stuff. I mean, there's so many, and Pope, different, like 4 different members of popes who got into that family, became Pope, so it's just crazy, the Medici family and all this stuff. And to me, I always do enjoy them as characters and as a history profounds. It makes them up to me. I enjoy them. But the TV show itself, what's going on? Giovanni Medici, the founder who rose his family up from the ashes and basically started the bank, is dead. Someone killed him. It's up to Cosmo, played by Rob Stark, to find out who killed his father and all that stuff. During this time, his bank is being crushed down under by rivals, ones from the Albizzi family and also the Pazzi, and so he's dealing with all these other different members of the Florence nobility that are going against him. He has his own personal issues with his father. He's dealing with his own son and trying to be there for his son. And his son is trying to prove so much to his father. Then you have his brother Lorenzo, who has his own beef with his own father as well. And then we get a lot of flashbacks between their fathers before he died, and to see them what they all had when they're younger. Cosimo didn't believe in becoming a banker. He believed in art and all that stuff. Lorenzo was like slept with a lot of women and all that stuff, and you get to meet so many different family dynamics with Cosimo de Medici with his wife Contessina and all that stuff. I really do enjoy this stuff, and you also have his son and his wife. I believe her name is Lucrezia. I'm not 100% sure, but yes, I'm trying to remember her name. But the thing is, I liked all these characters. They are very interactive. This is a family who is struggling to survive. They're very entertaining in many cases. I wouldn't call them the most entertaining family, but to me, they are very entertaining. And it's just very, again, entertaining just to see how the family is going to survive against the Albizzi family and how, in some cases, they reap what they sow. They have a nice little transition of the past, how Cosimo kind of screwed over Albizzi and kind of ruined that family's banking system, and they made theirs rise. So it's just a power struggle of Cosimo basically trying to like do something extravagant for the church and all that stuff, and to basically to get rid of his rivals, the Albizzi and the Pazzi, who are trying to take over, and he still doesn't know who killed his father. So this entire TV show had a lot of great elements with the rivalries between Albizzi and the Pazzi and all that stuff. And then you have discovering who killed his father and all that stuff. And it was a pretty dang good reveal. I liked who did the deed and all that stuff. And here's the thing: if you're looking for historical accurate, you're not gonna get a historical accurate TV show. You're never gonna get that. If you're looking for, I need this TV show's not historically accurate and all that stuff. No, this is TV shows. TV shows are supposed to be entertaining. No way in heck did a lot of stuff. I ain't gonna spoil too much, but no way Contessina went into like the Signora with a horse and demanded her husband not to be executed and all that stuff. And nowhere do certain characters die. A lot of characters that die in this season do not die in actual history because of that stuff. But we make it out to be because for the sake of story and for the sake of entertainment. And what makes Cosmo such an interesting character is just he's always in conflict about the stuff he does. It's so much easier because his father, as we are seeing, Giovanni, he was an asshole. He did not care about anybody else. If someone had to die, well, God forgive us and all that. He was a ruthless man. Cosmo, he could be ruthless, but he could be just conniving his father, but he doesn't want to become his father. And we see throughout that he slowly was becoming his father through certain flashback scenes in the first 2 episodes. And he also has a relationship drama with his wife, and he also has some issues with just basically his rivals and basically about his own soul. So the Medici family in the first season in Masters of Florence, how they're not only not risen, but how basically how they took this family tragedy and they rose, and even though when the pressure was all on them, they rose to become better, stronger as a family, and all that stuff. So to me, I love what they did with the with this entire story. I would give the season A minus, but there are some things I did not enjoy. I did not enjoy the fact, and there's a spoiler. So if you're new to this channel, you already gave me, you got my view. It's a B plus season in my opinion. But spoilers, 1, 2, 3, you should be gone. I do not like the fact that they brought Cosimo's freaking mistress around. And then her flirting with Marco around. I did not like that. I did not like the idea of just bringing the mistress around just so you could just say Cosimo had a child from the first woman he was with. Or something like that. I did not enjoy the fact that you brought her along just for nothing. I did not enjoy the fact that you brought a plague storyline. I hate shows that bring the plague storyline and the storyline is gone within the next episode. I never liked that shit. I never liked that. Last Kingdom Season 4 did that, and it was conveniently gone to plague and all this, or we didn't see much of it and all that stuff. And I know this entire TV show takes certain timelines and all that stuff, and they move like 2 months, 6 months, a year later, and all that much. And overall, I enjoyed the show. It's very political, it's very entertaining, it's very fun to watch and all that stuff. But to me, it wasn't my favorite season so far, the Medici and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to the other ones, to the other 2 seasons of Lorenzo the Magnificent, who is the most famous of the Medici family and all that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to the future seasons. But to me, this season, season 1, was a good start. I enjoyed it. I think the cast did really well. I know we're going to have a new cast in season 2 and season 3, but in my personal opinion, season 1 was a very good season. Just certain things dragged along. I'm like, do we really need to have Cosimo having problems with Constantine and his wife and all that stuff? Do we really need to have these issues with it? Like, they created drama when there shouldn't be no drama. That's the main thing I did not like about the season. And even though I was entertained, for some odd reason, I could not say I love this show. I think it's a very good show. It's entertaining, it's fun, but for some odd reason, something doesn't click for me to say I love it, to give it an A grade. But cinematography, music, and all this stuff, it's great. To me, it's a B plus season. It's a very, very good season. And the story is pretty dang good. But I can never truly say I love this show just yet. I think it's a very good show. It's rising up. Can't wait for season 2, season 3. Looking forward to the future seasons. But to me, not my favorite show just yet. So, yeah, everyone, let me know what you think, everyone. What's your personal opinion about Medici, Masters of Florence? What do you think about this season? You think it's great, the first season? You think it was terrible? Let me know what y'all think, everyone. Major Lee, signing off for everybody. Bye.